Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we closed at $40. Right now, after hours is at 39.99. Let's get into it. So here's a macro bullish analysis, negating price targets on a micro time frame. We're just more so talking about what we see with the bare bones TAs on the macro time frames of the daily, the 3-day, and the weekly charts, which for me matters most moving forward if we want to see any huge moves coming up. So yesterday I talked to you guys about bouncing off of the neckline in a reversal scenario where we could see some strong movement headed up into the 40s, hopefully by sometime next week, that we could see some sort of strong move that will put us above the neckline, this final macro neckline tracing from the all-time high, forming down below this other shoulder in the inverse head and shoulders that's peaked out at $46. And judging by the strength of this move on the daily, I could almost confirm that we would be testing the strength of the shorts very soon. My prediction is sometime next week, early next week, between Monday or Wednesday, and I'll get into that. But let's start off with the daily close. As you can see, a bullish engulfing candle was formed on November 11th. Bullish engulfing means the opening and the closing of this candle engulfs the body of this last red candle, which signals a reversal, along with the low bouncing off of the previous neckline that I had showed in relation to the May run-up. And if you guys didn't see what that looked like, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out real quick so you can see. So right now we're currently, for me, we're currently in the second test of the neckline, along with a retrace back down, and then hopefully coming back up to this part right here. There we go. Yeah, so break and a test of the macro neckline in terms of like this inverse head and shoulders pattern that's happening, and along with a retracing below. It's a little bit more tightly knit over here because of the fact that you had a bunch of catalysts in the market that were pretty much tanking us to the fullest capacity. I heard there was a share sell-off on our side, along with the whole Elon Musk catalyst, and the SPY was down that day too, so I'm not surprised. But we formed a nice inverted hammer, followed by a bullish candle, and now we have a neutral leaning bullish candle that formed close just a little bit within the close of this red bodied candle from our way down, which to me, this shows me that we have a good chance at gapping up on Monday because we showed strength above this resistance. Okay. We also have the MACD indicator that was starting to compress and flip to the downside, but because we did have this green day, now we're starting to flatten out on everything, and the MFI is still bullish. Now, overtaking this macro scenario is a 3-day chart. Ignore the time frames on here because they get all wonky when you change your days from the. I had my time zone set on the day chart. Now I'm on the 3-day chart. So this is what I'm really excited for, which will lead us into my conviction and why I keep saying the 22nd through the 26th to at least see some sort of strength or all-time highs, or especially at the least a break of this macro neckline and a continuation up. So for this 3-day candle, this candle was formed on Wednesday, closed today, and we have a neutral leaning bullish. It was also seen on the daily candle that we closed right above the resistance of the last candle, of this last red candle. But this is a 3-day candle, so this does hold more weight in terms of the strength at where we're at right now. So this kind of further confirms my stance on us seeing a gap up come Monday. What the fuck? Oh. But the best part about this to me is two things. One, you have the 3-day MACD almost about to flip with the daily that's already flipped to the upside, and two, you also have your money flow index. Your money flow indicator being in correlation with the current candle that you see right now. Now, what does that mean? Well, if we were to form another 3-day candle along with the correlation in the money flow, along with the correlation of the money flow being to the upside, I believe it'll take at least one more 3-day candle before we see this MACD to flip. Now, with another 3-day candle forming and closing in the green, A MACD flip will probably occur November 18th, which is pretty prime for us to make some sort of big moves come the 22nd to the 26th. I hope that made sense. And also, you can still see the confirmed bounce off of this neckline with more higher lows. Also, this is a 3-day candle. You know, I don't know how many times I got to say that, but you know, it holds a lot more weight. Now, with that flipping, I have an even more a bullish scenario to show on the weekly. Now, I do feel like for the weekly, we showed strong support from this last move that we made, which was around 17%, and then for the red candle that formed for the week after, which is the current week that we just finished, that we showed strong support, especially at these high $30 levels, which we've have trouble in the past being able to hold support from. As you can see from 3 weeks prior, you had a couple of candles that were testing the neckline as they should have in my eyes. But you know, it's good that we're showing strength along with this push up. Now this is a very neutral candle, so you know it's with indicators like these, you know. The part that makes me excited is the fact that we have a bullish divergence. So on the MFI, you know, you have this uptrend in the indicator, but you also have a red candle. It's telling you where the money wants to go. So it's leaning towards, you know, a positive candle to close out the week next week. And also you have the MACD indicator close to flipping. Now I'm not a rocket scientist, but you have the 3-day candle. This is just my bullish scenario, right? You have the 3-day candle waiting to form for next week, Monday and Wednesday, to hopefully finish green, so that way we can see a flip of the MACD by Thursday, November 18th, along with money flow being in the right direction of the last candle that was formed. Then within the encapsulating weekly candle, that same move from the 3-day candle will translate into the weekly structure of the candle, maintaining green, and hopefully netting a little bit less negative on the MACD, so that way by the week of the 22nd, we do see a flip of this MACD indicator for the weekly chart. Now, a MACD flip on the weekly is almost as strong as it gets in terms of movement. It would not surprise me to see some sort of strength headed into the 22nd through the 26th, along with the following week in terms of maybe there's some sort of run up. But I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. It's like one event is kind of like, you know, trickling down to the others. And, you know, the final thing I'll say in terms of keeping your emotions at the stock for anybody that's having any troubles with that. You're in this play because you want to make money at the end of the day. You came in with a thesis, and whatever that thesis is, stick to your guns. You know what I mean? That's not financial advice. It's just, I mean, that's just the nature of the market. You know what I mean? Like, you stick to your guns with your thesis. Nobody can tell you anything. You know what I mean? So it just, sometimes it just pains me to see, you know, people who overanalyze the stock too much, and you know, you have people questioning whether things are going to come to fruition, and even though they've, you know, literally seen Wyckoff being blasted in their face for 90% of the fractal, along with a lot of the predictions for some of the TA guys on YouTube playing out to a T, and just giving these really outlandish, like, out the blue scenarios of the most over extreme. I don't mean to air anybody out. I mean, I saw a comment today where it said hundreds of TA videos that I've been seeing, and not one of them have been right. I mean, that's I don't know who he watches or she watches, but it's kind of far from a stretch, especially with all the due diligence that this community has been doing. Kind of viewed it as a little bit extreme, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Just you know, it's best in times like these to leave those sort of emotions to the side, where extreme scenarios is the reasoning behind uh, you thinking the opposite of your conviction is happening. There has to be some sort of evidence behind it, not just, you know, you saw a pattern that looked similar in May, and you relate it to what it looks like now, and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's what a fractal is. So it's not gonna be the same outcome. It's fractals are encapsulated. We can only bank off of Fibonacci levels from what I've seen, Fibonacci time zones from what I explained in terms of sequencing and why I think this fractal is actually stretched out based off of sequencing. I'm not going to get into that again. And bare bone technical analysis. It all comes down to the facts at the end of the day, and the facts are we have formed 3 higher lows, breaking above trend lines, showing strength on previous trend lines, and showing more supply strength for the buyers to win this battle. And you know, in my eyes, we're maybe 2 to 3 weeks away from seeing the outcome of this. And I know it looks too good to be true, but you know, remaining hopeful but staying calm is the best thing. That's why I don't get excited over green days or red days. You know, I'll look like this probably when, you know, after we finish. I mean, the after hour shit caught me off guard the other day though, so I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, we see a flip in the cards of this MACD for the weekly come the week of the 22nd to the 26th, which will fit perfectly with the scenario. And I'm also betting on the 3-day. The MACD means moving average convergence divergence, right? So your basic it's a calculation based off of EMAs, and it's hard to do the calculation. It's already like kind of built into the system, but the EMA is based off of the amount of days that they're representing, and it'll be shown in the signal line and the MACD line. And you know, based off of that, you can tell whether you might have a bullish or bearish reversals based off of how the indicators look. So, you know, I'm very bullish moving forward, and that's unbiased. You know, so I'll see what I can do. So I'll catch you guys. Thank you.